Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. Uh, First stream back from vacation, so give me a little time to adjust. But tonight is going to be pretty simple. So, uh, as many of you know, Frojo, if you don't know him, twitch.tv/Frojo, Jojo. Um, he has his little Frojoverse and such, and so he has the Minecraft Hunger Games kind of map that we've been working on for a little bit now. And so I'm kind of just going to mostly do building tonight overall. And that's going to be my main focus. Less, just something relaxing, you know? Um, so, yeah, like I said, simple night overall, nothing crazy. If you guys want to build with me, feel free to. Also, if you guys have any suggestions for builds that you may want to see within this Frojo universe, definitely let me know. Just because I built a castle and I like the castle, but I want to add to it, which I know that sounds a little crazy, but I don't know. I was thinking about it. And I was just like, I think it would be overall pretty fun to add just a couple of simple things to it that would make things a little bit more interesting. For now, it's kind of like cut and dry, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that by any means, but I definitely want to change it up just a smidge. Let me... I'm letting things render in before I kind of show you all the work that has already gone into this and such. And also the other thing is there's been quite a few Minecraft updates since I really worked on this. So I kind of want to incorporate a couple of things, but I also, like I said, I want to change a few things, primarily. Not that I did bad by any means, I think I could add a few more things that would make it a little more personal in some ways and also connect the worlds and a bunch of other like little ways. So, with that all in mind and being said, like I said, tonight's going to be an easy type of hangout. If you want, feel free to join and just kind of relax, play some video games yourself, and yeah, let's get started. Okay, so in the top left corner of my screen, you can see it right now. That is just the tutorial that I'm going to be following, and I'm going to leave it on screen just to kind of show that that's what I'm following overall. So I won't go into everyone's like individual places. I'm only going to show the exterior. So we were all kind of assigned like different areas to make our own little creations. So like I made this castle. Wow. Looks really cool. Again, by no means is it bad or like poorly designed or anything like that. I still like the overall color and such with it. I want to add a little bit more to like the actual skies and such. So that way it kind of tells a little bit of a story. I also kind of want to add some more to um, the like end portions of things primarily, so that way uh, I can kind of see how things go and it just adds a little flair to it. That's Sonic the Hedgehog. Wait, my bad. I mean, yes, it is. Welcome in. It's actually a Minecraft Sonic the Hedgehog skin, but I made him into my little VTuber. Oh, this was one thing I did kind of mess up on. So originally there was a bridge here. I didn't like how it turned out, so I TNT bombed it. That was the last thing I did. We don't talk about that portion though. I definitely have to fix this. There was also these really cool statues, which again I added quite a few. I like that they're there because it kind of again tells a little story, but I want to add more. Yeah, well, so I had wanted to initially make it look like a ruined bridge because initially it looked very cool, and then I was looking at it, I was like, man, I want it to really look ruined. Let me let me just destroy it and start from nothing. And well, the blocks are still floating. So that's kind of what that is. But yeah, so like I said, built that, add a bridge, gonna redo that. I want to redo this house. This is just too big. It looks a little bit wonky. I also think I have a better design overall for it. Um, this is my little dragon statue. Again, not bad by any means. I do like it. It looks cute. Um, there's actually I did not spawn this villager. At least I don't remember spawning him. I, I don't know what to say about that, but he's here. But there's plenty of space for me to still like add. I was like, nah, you know what? I'm just gonna add like 2 houses, a lighthouse, castle. Big enough, you know? But really and truly, I want to add some more here. I was actually thinking of so like this is a working lighthouse, for instance. It has plenty of loot inside. This is a house design that I made. I actually think it came out pretty good. Maybe I'm a little like easily biased on that, but it looks cute. I like it. I do kind of forget that we did add some mods for like curtains and such, so I kind of want to play around with that just a little bit more to be able to enjoy it. Um, and like I said, very very simple in here, but yeah. So they're not all like vanilla. So we added a few mods in here that just gave a couple of like quality of life things, like additional trees, the curtains, for instance, being another thing. I think this one's actually like an orange tree, if I remember right. Um, Simple stuff like that, just to add some flair and color to it, and it brings a whole lot of life to it. So like this is a beech tree, for instance. Um, so like I said, I think I can add quite a bit more. I stopped because I was like, yeah, I'm done. This I love this house. That house over there, I want to destroy personally. The spruce orange trees, well, not yet, not yet. So, my area of focus was I can't remember what the names of this like red tree specifically is, but basically that was like the color I wanted because it matched the flags and such. Um, but I know others were using spruce, so I decided kind of to have that diversity and not necessarily have to worry about that. And then I worked on this Coliseum. Well, not even worked. I did this Coliseum. I think it came out pretty okay. Again, a couple of things I can improve, but it works overall. Um, Looks really sick. Uh, Took I think about a day to make. Luckily, I'm in creative. Otherwise, this would take forever. Little chambers for where we'll start out and such. Which again, that'll be part of the Hunger Games. Like this is where it starts, essentially. Um, yeah, yeah. So this will actually be done. We're still right now. We're planning for it to be starting at around in August. Is the current plan. Might be a little sooner. Might be a little bit later. But we're trying to get it before like school starts for a lot of people. Um, but this will actually be like the start of the fighting grounds. So definitely want to tune into that. This is just me kind of showcasing and also building, relaxing and such. Also, welcome in cake. Appreciate you. And then, so again, I did that, did that. I kind of worked on my wife's one over there a little bit because she didn't want to finish it, or not that she didn't want to finish it. She chose such a big one. She still has to finish portions of it, which I'll show. Again, I won't go into it, but this is so cool. Austin is the builder for this one. He did incredible. Um, Initially, I thought he was going when we were talking about it, he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna make like an ice castle and this and that." And we're like, "Oh yeah!" And then he started doing this, and we were like, "Bro, what? Like, what? How did you do this? It's a perfect spear." So really cool. Again, I won't go into it just to respect the builder's space because there are secret like traps and stuff like that. Um, and then same thing with Fro's uh, build over here. Again, looks really cool. He has his own unique methods with everything, but looks sick. And then over here we have Lily's. She kind of did like a little village and such to start out, and then she has a big kind of thing. I know she's actually talking about redoing some of it, so that it may change, it may not. We'll have to kind of figure that out. I love the sun, and I also love the front like dragon symbol. So my idea overall, and again, we'll get to this one right now, but uh, my overall idea. So initially, I was like, yeah, I want a castle. I want like little houses, whatever. Um, Thank you for that cake, and I will hydrate as well. I'll do a gentle stretch just because my back is cracked from the swim. Thank you, cake. Love you and appreciate you, dude. But yeah, so initially I was like, yeah, a dragon, and then I tried to make um, a dragon here, and again I just followed the tutorial. Again, not bad by any means. I just think this is a decent. It's a decent starting statue dragon, but I don't want just a statue. I want something that looks a little bit lively. So I found a couple tutorials for one. So like one that we're gonna do is I'm gonna add a little sleeping dragon like over here. It's a really cute design, pretty simple overall. I think it'll look great, and it's not gonna take up too much space because I don't want to take up everyone's space. I just want little accents, if you would. If I can, what I was actually considering was so a sleeping dragon there, and then maybe possibly a dragon that's like flying just above the water. Um, to look like it's almost like going down for fish or something like that. Um, I was also considering doing just like a little what's it called? Almost like a hot air balloon or blimp. But like the warship style ones. So that way it's like, yeah, the kingdom is at war with the dragons. Aha. And Alexi was like, well, why would they be at war? Clearly they kind of like them because there's dragon statues. Well, the we're gonna figure out the lore, but basically my idea is that they're for some reason at war. So that's my thing. This is Lexi's beacon. It came out really cool and beautiful. She did a really good job. I have one too. It's just hidden. I'm actually gonna add a couple of beacons just around the general area. Um, Primarily so that way everyone has like little boosts here and there. And again, I will continue that bridge. I want to make it look like a ruined bridge. And I just personally, I think the like even looking at this from here, I think I can do it. I think I just had to change it just a smidge. Um and now for Lexi's. So this is super hard. Like she had to do all this by hand. So um again, inside she's going to get to there's quite a bit that goes into this, but I helped kind of build like about half of this as well. So I think she did like, if I remember right, she started this tower and then I finished the tower, and then she started most of these bottom portions, and then I finished like the upper half portions. With the exception of this one, just because she said she was going to do this one, she hasn't, and that's okay. She'll get to it. We have about a month, a little more than that, maybe a month and a half. Huh? I'm not trying to be. I I promise this is not passive aggressiveness. It genuinely, I'm pretty sure she's coming back to this. Also, because again, the inside already looks really cool and it's very well done. So, um, but this took forever to do. Um, and then overall, so the idea right now, currently, is there will be a border along here, as well as kind of like around this portion. Uh, Where's yeah, you did. It's so hard to match with this color palette, which is why genuinely that's why it looks so unique. Like you did a great job. I promise it wasn't a bad thing. Um, but no, so order will go kind of just around this portion, and that's just that way everyone knows. Um, it'll continuously like be into this portion. So essentially, uh, what will happen when it's all said and done? We all start here, and this will be kind of the announcement, the arena, and so on. Minimal supplies will be there. Plenty of fighting will take place, but ideally, you get your supplies. Maybe you make a deal. Maybe you go from there, and whoever will be kind of delegating to start off will essentially do more than likely a name pool, just that way we can know which kingdom we start with. Um, there are rules for us builders, so in this case, I built that, for instance, and I put the chest and I put all the stuff there. So I cannot start there. I have to start in one of my other like builders places first. Me and maybe two other people. We're still kind of figuring out count overall because this will be a little RP heavy also as well, just like a little bit more combat heavy overall because it is the Hunger Games. So with all of that being said and in mind, if you are interested in joining, again, it cannot necessarily guarantee you a spot. However, I do know that we will likely be taking like applications and kind of seeing interest and such very soon. This the building side again, most of it is pretty much done. So most of it is right now just like adding small details. Like I said, I'm adding little dragons. I'm adding things that just kind of fill in like this empty space. Initially, I wanted to add a giant pirate ship. I, it's not necessarily that I don't want to anymore. I just think the dragons would look cooler in the sky, and it gives you something to look at. I even thought about doing like an actual like night sky design, but that would take forever. So we'll possibly do it. It just it depends on how much time we have, because that really I would have to block out like all above basically, um, with like various glasses and then yeah, ender rods, and it's a whole thing. I was looking into it earlier. Not too hard, just it might be drastic because of everything. So if I can't do it above the whole thing, I might just do it above like my kingdom, for instance. Maybe above here, or potentially we'll see. I want it to look really nice and cool. Uh, so with all that in mind being said, again, order will go around. As you can kind of see, there are a lot of like these little holes and caverns and stuff. I have already gone through and pretty much blocked off most of them. Um, Basically, the rule is if it's blocked off already, you can't get it. All resources must come from the castles or found in chests or anything like that. So you will be put on like adventure modes primarily, so that way you're not like just digging down and hiding the entire time. Um, Again, there are places like this, which maybe this will have some type of special stuff, wink wink, like chests and such that may have stuff that you may need or want in times of need. Um, and if it does, then I would recommend going there. But in this case, again, you can already see I've done a pretty decent job of blocking off whatever I could immediately see. I'm going to do a final kind of walkthrough once we fully finish, just that way we don't run into the situation where people are just hiding in caves and so on. There will be essentially a call to arms or battle, which will essentially mean uh, just something very simple. So, like for instance, if day two's already passed by and combat's not really like taking off, or RP is just spread out because again, maybe you're over there, maybe I'm over here. A little hard to communicate. Um, with that being said, there may or may not be a bell system that will be put up in this place that will essentially act as you being able to like force a meetup here, and whether you want to try convincing your opponents to admit defeat or whatever the case is, at that point you'd be able to talk, or maybe you challenge them, maybe you do a little bit more than what was expected, maybe you ambush them. It doesn't have to be peaceful. There can only really be one winner, and even then, I don't quite know if Fro has decided if it's one winner or one group of winners. I think it's one winner though. So it it's not like Hunger Games where it's like we're just gonna eat poison berries and both of us die. But yeah, so like I said, today that is what I'm gonna be working on. I'm actually thinking I have the the sleeping dragon tutorial first. So I think I'm gonna kind of work on that first because that house I can rebuild a house super quick. I made that house in literally like 2 hours or less than 2 hours. That one that would be easy to destroy, easy to take away. The bridge will probably take the longest, but again, I kind of want to do more research as to like what a more rotten bridge looks like, or like a decayed bridge overall. But I think if I start with the dragon here, it'll kind of put me into the right mood set of building and such. We are going to be doing this today and tomorrow, so definitely feel free to just relax and such. No need to watch closely along. I promise I am just following tutorials that I have found online, just because I'm creative, I'm good with this stuff. However, putting those two together is a work in progress, and I don't really necessarily want to put my brain to too much work tonight in that regard. I'd rather be a happy little bimbo, and with kind of that in mind, let's get started for the dragon. Why don't we? Oh, sorry, I was saying one thing. If you are interested in possibly like joining as a person who will be fighting or anything, because we are still looking for people and such. Again, I cannot guarantee anything, but if you are, you can join our you can join my Discord server for one, um, which there's the link for it. Um, and basically, with that in mind and being said, should you join, you can go ahead and just say, "Hey, my name's so and so. I am wanting to join because of like the Minecraft Hunger Games and whatnot." And with that being said and in mind, if you have the opening, I'd love the opportunity. If you already joined, then just go ahead and you can message me privately, or you can put it in there in the chat section. That basically just says, "Hey, I'm interested." Um, you don't need to. You're more than welcome to just watch. However, if you like a part of the chaos, then come join. Um, but with all that being said, let me pull up the sleeping dragon real quick. And again, the video itself, you'll hear it in the left corner, and you'll see it in the left corner. Um, however, I want to give credit to where credit's due, so I'm going to be showing the entire video
lay those
while I'm doing this. So you guys know this is not my creation by any means.
that I remake.
So let me. Okay. Hey, welcome in, Winter. Hope you're having a good day. Thanks for joining. Okay. So here we go. Sorry, that's my Discord. Okay. So the video that we're gonna kind of just follow is very straightforward, if you would. Um, I'm still gonna put the audio just a little bit lower, so that way you guys don't have to hear it. But I'm gonna put some like actual music on in the background, kind of while I build and follow the tutorial. What song was this? Oh, I think that's the one from the creepy stream. I was like, why does it say scary, creepy, distorted music? That doesn't make sense. I kind of forgot we did a scary stream, to be quite honest. um, let's do. Let's just do chill music. I think that I don't necessarily want like no words. I kind of want just like simple. Okay, and there we go. So we have that playing again. I'm gonna have you might hear the little like talking. If you do, sorry about that. But I am going to be watching the tutorial while doing this, so I'm gonna. If you can see in the top little left corner, again, it's small. That's okay. It's just that way you guys know exactly what I'm doing. We're making a little sleepy dragon. Okay, let's count this across because I'm gonna need to know how long it is. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 53, 55, 56, 57, 58, 62, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 697, 73, 75, 76, and then 77. Okay, so it has to be 77 blocks long. That's pretty big. Bigger than I thought, for sure. That's what she said. But okay, if that's the case, that's going to be a little bit too big for here than what I was expecting. So again, I don't want to take up too much space overall because I feel like that'd be a little disrespectful taking up like other people's space overall. So instead, I think I'll go ahead and I could make a little island. That is an option. Make it like a little dragon nesting island. Um, I could even technically make like an egg behind it or something. Or oh, actually, I have the perfect place. Okay, now hear me out. Dragons love caves. What if I just used this? I think that would work. Because then I can have it sleeping this way, and then I could have like again, I can make little dragon eggs, or I can use the Ender Dragon egg. Let's see. I could have a couple like spawned over here, kind of carve it out a little bit. That way it looks like it's like a nest of them. I think that may work. Uh, let's get some torches. Ooh, pizza and wings sound so good, Kick. You you always have a thing with food, dude. I just want to be you. When I grow up. Torch. Okay. So I think what I'll do is I'll get rid of this lava just for now. Again, I can add more and I can make it look nice, but I'm thinking like if you were a dragon, you'd want the comfiest space to sleep, and you want a cave. So like I'm thinking, kind of like make this into a cave-like structure, just a little bit, like bring it out a little bit more, make it more rounded, and then make this portion here specifically for the cave. I'm gonna put a couple torches down, primarily because I don't want stuff to start spawning and then have to deal with it later on. Not that it really necessarily affects us right now, but more so, I really don't want to deal with them uh, shooting me, especially when I get out of creative mode. So I think this will be good. And also, that way, right now, when it gets, I think right now we have it to be always light mode. Yeah, I did that. But because of that, I kind of want to make sure that it is relaxing enough here. And so when I put it towards like when I put it to night mode, I want to be able to see where the light actually emits from. And that way I can know the reverse how it looks. Because there will be night and day in this. It's not just going to be daytime only. I think what I will do preemptively is let's get some flint and steel real quick. And then let's burn some trees. just to kind of get rid of like this general area. We can always bring them back. Oh, that's right. These ones do not burn. I forgot about them. They look so beautiful. They are a pain in the butt. I think only some of the leaves catch fire. But I hope everyone's having a good day. I know it's been a crazy work day for me. So it's always nice to be able to just sit back and relax. I already need another vacation from my vacation, you know? It also just didn't help that. So story time while I do this. We went to Puerto Rico. Beautiful place. Definitely want to go back. But on the last day that we were there, or second to last day, like the full day, I had went ahead and I booked us an island like hopping excursion tour. Again, super fun, really cool. Beautiful water, beautiful everything. But before we left, I had only put on sunscreen on like my barest of shoulders, like bare minimum, my arms and my knees, and my legs and face. So like everywhere else, but the rest of my biggest portion of my body. Um, so we were there, and the excursion was like 5-ish hours long. That we were on the island, and so I stayed in the water pretty much the entire time that we were there for, which then led to me getting sunburns. And so with that sunburn, we'll come in wicked. But yeah, so with that sunburn, basically I kind of messed myself over a little bit because what I did was I went ahead and was like, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to keep staying in the water. I'm not going to get out. I'm not going to get sunscreen. Our bag that has a sunscreen, it's away. I'm fine. And what is this? I don't think I've ever seen these. Are these new? They look cool. They just. Oh, I actually think it's a glitch. Yeah. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. But yeah. So I did not put on any like additional sunscreen, and the bag that had the sunscreen was completely under the ship or the boat, and so I was like, yeah, we're good. Yeah, we were not good at all. Um, essentially, I came home that day and my skin was super pink and not all that good, and I basically almost immediately, as soon as we hit like an actual AC, like not even cool, like freezing cold place by any means, just cool AC diner, I started to almost have like chills, and they were multiplying, if you would. Um, I'm just working on the Frojo Hunger Games. I'm adding a couple like smaller dragon details, so I'm making this like a cute little dragon's uh, cave, if you would, for loot and stuff. So it's like a loot dragon place. Just a small thing down here underneath the thing. And then I'm gonna add a few other details, but like on my side and such, but and in the skies. But this, I feel like this was a little underutilized, so I kind of wanted to just do a little something. But no, so that was night one. I woke up at like 2 in the morning. It really does. Like closer than what we did before. I don't quite know why. The map doesn't shorten, so I don't know. It's odd. But no, so that date, I went ahead and was like, yeah, I'm good. 2 in the morning comes around. I wake up because I had to stay extra hydrated and everything. Went to the bathroom, whatever. My skin is hurting. Like my body is physically just owie. Um, and so I go ahead and like, yeah, maybe I'm not doing too good. But Lexi was sound asleep. She was exhausted from like the day and everything. And so I go back to bed. I Before I go to bed, I put on some aloe vera, and I wake back up like an hour or two later. I drink so much water. I think I before before going back to bed again, I drank like 2 or 3 more water bottles. And so I woke up not too much later, and I think at that point it was like 3ish. But like 3 in the morning, and so I had went ahead and I was like, yeah, let me go do the same thing because like my skin's hurting, whatever. Also, I promise this will look better. This is just me getting the general outline first. Um, but so, uh, with that being said, I had went ahead and I got up, put more aloe vera on, and yeah, it just more or less I kept trying to just push through it and push through it. And what ended up happening was I started to feel super dizzy, and I was in the bathroom alone at 3 or 4 in the morning, and so I fainted plenty of times in my life. Like I've done too many stupid things to not know how to faint properly. So I went down to my knees and was like preparing. Didn't pass out. The feeling kind of passed, and I was like, okay, cool. Like that's perfect. Who loves to pass out by any means? Um, and so I stood back up, and I was like, okay, let me start just like heading to bed. Well, as I stood up, I felt like I was gonna like I just became severely nauseous. Um, and I was like, oh god, I'm gonna like shit myself and I'm gonna puke myself. Like it's bad. And instead, I uh sat down on the toilet like right away because I was like, "There's this is the best option for me." If it was that bad. And instead, I was sitting there, and within like 30-45 seconds, I actually like passed out. So I lost not full consciousness, but just temporary small consciousness for probably about like 45 seconds or so on the toilet. But because I was able to catch myself passing out, I was properly able to like lean myself back, make sure I didn't hit my head, make sure because I was a little worried it would have been like a seizure or something. So I prepared my body for that, and instead, I was mostly okay, a little scary, but okay. Um, and so now that passes. I had my phone with me, and I was playing like sleepy music because Lexi needs sleep music to sleep in general. Um, and so I had it on my phone, and so the entire time that I was like basically semi unconscious, I had been just hearing the music playing. So that's how I know I wasn't like fully out. It was just conscious sedation, in other words. Um, but not a good time necessarily in that regard. And so I had went ahead and I got up again. Did not wake up Lexi, which was kind of the problem. Um, and when I woke up and like got up and stuff, I put on more aloe vera, just kind of drinking excessive amounts of water as much as I could, and that essentially just led to me feeling kind of worse. So stayed out there in the living room because the hotel we had, was actually a really nice one. We had its own living room, little kitchenette, um, king size bed, and so on. But with all that being said, I had went ahead and was like, yeah, I'm just gonna stay out here for like 20-30 minutes, recuperate, eat a granola bar, anything that like will you'd normally do after like treatment for shock and stuff, because I wasn't quite sure what fully had happened at the time. I was still kind of getting my mind and body together. And so I did that, and luckily, again, everything was a-okay. But it was a little bit scary, I guess, in some ways. A little worrisome. I thought I was gonna have to go to the ER for sure, but luckily, I'm a-okay. I ended up just getting second-degree burns overall, so like I had blisters on my shoulders, which I had to travel with back here. Not good time, not fun at all. But they luckily went down pretty quickly, so I normally heal very, very quickly in general. Um, kind of like at normally fast rate. And so because of that, it it's good and it's bad because it means that obviously I'll get better soon. But it also means that whatever effect I will have normally will be given to me quicker. So uh today is technically like day 5 of everything. Um like since it officially started with the blisters and everything else. And the blisters have been gone for about a day and a half now. But normally the skin, whenever you're healing from this type of thing, it it more or less like will um obviously like dry off. You get new skin, whatever. But that's over the course of a week. And basically, um, I ended up uh sorry, I got a crazy text, but uh I basically ended up shedding almost all the skin in a day, which was between yesterday and today. So my skin has been irritated. So I literally took a shower earlier, and it was, I'm not gonna go into detail. Just know I felt like a reptile. That's the best way to put it. Oh yeah, I am definitely like a snake right now. But yeah, so I'm staying extra hydrated right now, but that's kind of why, if anyone saw the Discord, that's specifically why I said just for this week I will not be doing the workout thing that I've been doing for June. Not because I'm falling or failing behind, but because my body, it's still recovering, and I don't want to like add additional stuff to it and then be like, well, this sucks now. Um, so that's that, but I should be okay overall. And sorry, I know I spoke for a little bit, but Winter, if you're still here, game's going well. I think this is the general like design. Again, I'm gonna make it a little bit better, but this is, I just wanted to see where it starts and where I kind of want to go from it. So like, I think for sure I'm gonna kind of dig this portion out a little bit more, just to this bottom layer, and then I'll go start from here down that way. Because it's gonna be a sleepy little dragon. So I was thinking I might. That's actually because I want. So my idea for this is I want to make it so that way all the other builders, it's not just like, oh, this is just a random build. I want it to almost be like a collaboration in some ways, and kind of like honoring the stuff that they've already done. So like again, my stuff already has dragons, and I have a red dragon specifically, which is for lilies. So my thinking is if I can do a little gold stash here, a little sleeping, not even a little sleeping, pretty large sleeping dragon here. Die zombie. I don't want you in here. But my idea is if I can do something like that, then the gold portion would be like from Lexi's, because hers is all golden. So I think it's possible. I'll probably do the accent portion after. So maybe I'll do like a gold, almost like, think almost like vaults or ceiling over here. But again, I would like to do a little nesting the tunnel, like just a small tiny thing. Literally just like bonk, bonk, bonk. Just something that's like, if you think like how an animal um, will hide their eggs and try to like almost like dig into the ground with them, especially like reptiles, they like the cold, damp places. So something like this down here, for instance, would be kind of ideal. And then maybe doing like the little stalagmites, stalactites kind of like up and down here specifically. And that way, again, this I'll round it out just a little bit more. Just to give it a little bit more dimension. And then maybe if I can go up a little bit, and it doesn't necessarily need to be perfect either. That's the thing. So like something like this, where it almost looks kind of natural. So like if I wanted to add the eggs, like a dragon egg, I could add a couple here, and that way it's almost like, oh yeah, this is like the place where the babies are, essentially. And luckily, they will not spawn. I think they you guys won't spawn, right? Yeah, you guys shouldn't spawn. If they do, I'll kill them. It's okay. But yeah, just something. I might even make like a little bird's nest, if you would, just kind of around it, and then put the eggs inside of it. But just something like that where they can actually be in, and then the rest could be again little sleepy cave over here from A to B. But then on top of that, do like kind of like you were saying, Cake, a little gold stash, if you would. If I am gonna do it, what I might end up doing is I might block off this portion, and that way it's kind of like, again, for those of you who will be part of it and such, it's one of those things that you won't be able to dig through. So it'll look like it's just a little weird cave covering. I don't know what the song is, if I'm being quite honest, but we'll change it right now. So yeah, I'm thinking like take out this water and then kind of light it up with the gold, similar to how Lexi's has. I didn't really get to go into that, but she has like a cool like underground golden portion, which I think would kind of go perfect with over here specifically. I am gonna get rid of the lava, just that way I don't have to worry about things burning or anything like that. I don't quite know what supplies are needed. I believe it's just stone items. But the dragon that they have is technically a pink one. I think what I'm going to do before I fully like start it is go through the supplies that are needed for everything, and then be able to say, okay, do we want a pink one? Do we want a red one? Do we want like even a yellow one, like a golden dragon for gold? You know, and then be able to make those decisions. But for anyone else, for your the Puerto Rico portion of things, again, if you have the opportunity, definitely go. It is beautiful. It is fun. I genuinely it's before we even left, we were like, we need to come back. Like there's just it was one of those trips that we genuinely had a ton of our lives, and we don't really speak Spanish. Like I understand Spanish just because I grew up in a Mexican household. Um, but beyond just that, that's about it. And even then, it's like it's a minimum one. Oh, I like the song. It's a little sad, but it's a good song. Let me know if it gets too loud for you guys. Okay. And I think kind of cut it off there to make it like little. Not that. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to make you cry. I can change it if you want. I will say, so I've been up since like 4 this morning. So don't judge me too harshly if this doesn't come out perfectly. I took my mom to the airport this morning, and I didn't go back to sleep afterwards. And it's just been a long work day, but nothing bad by any means. Or I won't say that. It's been manageable. This is a good wind down, if you would. I think this is, like I said, I think it's the perfect place for a dragon to just kind of be chilling, sleeping, have a little dungeon. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. I will probably put a couple chests, obviously, but actually, I'll leave this bottom portion just kind of like as is for now. And then maybe we'll kind of fill a little bit. Just kind of give that little bit of like mixture of things that it's not necessarily so like stair-like. Yeah, looks a little more natural. And then something like that should do good. Oh, I like this song. Okay, yeah. So I'll kind of do something like this. And then this way, we're in a much better position. Because, like, if you think of it logically, the body's going to be here, which means that the tail will go this way. So, much longer tail, bigger body this way, space for the wings, and we can always go up if we need to. Okay. And I'm going to mute the YouTube audio, but you guys can see it. Just that way there's no, like, overlapping talking or anything like that. But I am going to start kind of on the general design. So let's use... Let's put away like the stuff that I know we're not going to use right now. That's glowstone. You can use glowstone for now. That way there's a little bit of natural light to it. So I think if we start like, if this is the face, I wish that this, the only complaint would be that they didn't like label them out, like how many there is. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So like, I'm going to start over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, I take it back. We're going to do this with wool. That way I can differentiate just a smidge. It's like we're going to do white, we're going to do red, blue, and kind of rotate. Oh, I like this song too. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then it looks like at 4 and 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5 is there. And then it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, let's count this one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And let me recount that. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, I clicked start by accident. Okay, last time. I promise I can count. I promise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so top one is 14. So this is the top side. So I'm just making it the exact way the video has it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I might actually have to pull it back this way a little bit. Otherwise, it will be a little bit too close. Okay, if that's the case, let me kind of destroy just a smidge over here. And then we'll actually start it like right over here. It's like there. So just as a reminder, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah, 10, 10, 14. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. Bonk, bonk. Bonk, bonk. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. And then here, it's going to be one more, so 15. And then it'll be 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one actually connects there. On this side, it's 5 as well, but it does not connect. It's catty corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then bonk. Okay, so that's that portion so far. Let's fill in like this little front portion. So like it lines up here. It has one block in between. And so it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And then there's one block space in between. And that's 3, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it connects these last two. Okay, so we have that portion. And then there's this that goes there. That's a little connecting piece. So we're gonna dig this portion out. Again, we can always come back and refix this later. That's not ever an issue. Terraforming's the longest portion, but also the easiest portion to fix if you ever need to. So I'm just gonna kind of dig through that portion. Let's get some stone. Just to have that little bit. Sorry if you guys aren't typing at all. Just I have the video up, so I can't quite see you guys. But I promise when I do go back, I will read whatever. Just don't have a full conversation without me, please. Otherwise, I'll take forever catching up. Okay. So we have this. We have that. There's that. So we're gonna... I don't quite know why I got this, but that's okay. We're just gonna keep the white wool. It's a little bit easier to differentiate. Let me count how many. So it's gonna go like that to bonk bonk. And then 4 this way. So 1, 2 here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That should be good. How many is it from here? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that lines up to there, so that's good. And then we're gonna go like that. There's 2 spaces in between, so we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have 2 spaces here. Okay. That portion's taken care of. And then we're gonna go 1, 2. 1, 2. And then again, we're gonna have to take out this portion. That's okay. Okay. Like I said, large dragon, but I think it'll look really sick. And again, it's a sleepy dragon. It'll fit the theme. Okay, so we have 2, we have 2, and then it's 6. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it's gonna go down here. So let's break some more. Looks like it actually might take a kind of like into this corner, and that's okay. Just a little bit more than expected. I think tonight, if I can just get the basic shape started, that'll be perfect. Like perfect progress, you know? Because then at that point, I just had to worry about the ceiling, and I'm not too worried about that. You know, this is going to be the song I sing at Fro's wedding for him. Just in case, you know? Maddie's going to kill me. My wife is going to kill me too. But that's separate. Okay. Was that enough? 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're still going back. Jeez. Okay. So 4, 3, and then it goes back still 2 more. And then 1 more. It's crazy because the body looks so simple, but it's the tail because of the little curve. But I don't want to change the tail because genuinely, it works. It looks really cute. One quick second. Okay. I wish there was an easy way to just like command like chunks to just disappear, you know? And I know there's technically, again, commands to do so. I just think that they're a little bit tedious unless you're working like within the mic. Oh, play for simp 995. I don't know who invited me to play. I don't even know who that is, if I'm being quite honest. Okay. Let's reevaluate this. So we have... Let's break this real quick. Okay. Let's take a look. So we have this portion. We go down to 4. We go down to 3. We go down to 2. We go down to 1. And then it's 2 more. 2 and then 4. So still further. Jeez. This is going to be worth it, though. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think people seeing this will be like, oh my god. That's so cool. It's a dragon. It's freaking dragons. Okay. 4. And then it goes back up. So 1, 2. And then 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then it goes this way. Okay, let's clear this water, just so that way I don't run into it being an issue later. Of it like pouring all over, you know? Just like that. And that's why I do this. Just gonna clear as much as I can from over here. I know technically I just did this, but I think it'll fall within range of everything. Okay. We're gonna still put some torches up, just, again, general safety stuff. Okay. So we have the little T. We have 2. And then from 2, I'm going to need 3. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1. And then 3 that way. 2, 3. So I'll clear from there that way. Because it does go like just a little circle. Okay. So we have the 3 here. And then it's going to go 1. And then 3. Yeah. And then it'll curl around. let's clear up just this little baby corner. And that way we'll have the shape on this side completed. Okay. Let's actually do this side as well because it looks like it kind of goes with it. Okay. 3, 1, then 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So I think kind of leaving like this actually would look really cute because it's kind of like it has its own little nesting spot that it made, you know? Not too much, not too little. Maybe back here, once it's fully developed, I can do the little like gold portion, like the little nest and all, and do just like go down just a smidge to make it look like it's its own little cave. While over here could be like the cave where the eggs and such are. That's the plan anyways, you know? Okay. And then what cheese do we use to make grilled cheese and etc.? Like cheese fries or pizza? So we actually just went to this cheese shop, which we go to a little too often now. That's okay. um, but we got this special one that's like, um, God, what is it? It's the green something. But basically, it it's pesto. That's what it is. And when we were trying it, the lady was like, "Yeah, you know, this would make a great grilled cheese." And I was like, "Oh, it would make a terrific grilled cheese." So we're gonna actually use that. I kind of want to try it tomorrow for lunch, so I'm probably gonna make myself a grilled cheese sandwich for lunch. But it's Gouda with green pesto. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but basically it has basil, garlic, a couple of other things, which really just good flavoring and all. But otherwise, normally I'll just do like a cheddar cheese or Munster. Um, kind of like just put it that way. Cheddar and Monster Jack are pretty good like combination. Okay, now I can actually see chat and you guys. Sorry, I was adjusting my second monitor real quick. Okay, so we have this one. We already went up. We didn't do the arm on this side. So it starts at the fifth one from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, like this. So that's the two little arms. And then it goes 2, 3. So it's total 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like that. And then skips one. It goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Perfect. So arm, arm, hands, legs. And then Cake, whenever you do get back, I haven't answered anything else, so I'll make sure I answer any other questions. So 1, 2, and then 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll go forward and do the other side. Let me count how many that is. So that's 1, 2, 3. Let's start from the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ninth being the starting point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ninth being the starting point. And then it goes like that. Skip 2. And then like that. 2 missing. Perfect. And then 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, connects. I was like, I hope that's right. It looks right. 1, 2. And then 1. Okay, and there we go. We have the body. God, this skin looks so cool. So I think, kind of like I was saying earlier, I think originally I was going to do like wrapped around gold, but I think I'm going to do the gold wrapped around dragon. So kind of filling a little this area underneath, obviously, but starting it over here. So that way it's kind of like, this is the horde. And I know initially I said, yeah, I'll use this for like the thing. But what I'm thinking actually is I kind of mix the gold and the eggs together to show like that it's trying to adorn the eggs as well. Okay. And then I do like this, that it kind of blends in with it. We might have to go out because there is texture and stuff, and that's okay. That'll just go out by like maybe 2 more blocks that way. But I'll wait to do that until then. Same thing like with this side. These ones I can clear up now. Also, welcome back, Cake. Sorry about the ads. For now, I'm going to fill this up just to kind of have like a general idea of where things go. So I'm just gonna put it like that for now. And that way we can actually get started on the like rest of the body. Just making sure that I don't have to like keep going back and forth. So I think if I safely take out just a little bit this portion now, it'll save me that headache a little bit later. Forget birds of a feather, you know? Birds of a dragon. Feathers of a dragon? Scales of a dragon? I'll let you guys figure it out. Hordes of a dragon? That's splitter. Okay. So again, the idea, this will be more hollowed out. This is just to have general shape. But I'm thinking kind of like bonk, arch it a little bit. General stalagmites, stalactites. And then here, dragon will be sleeping because again, that's what the build is. It's a sleeping dragon. So this will be its little head. I'm gonna kind of carve out just around it, just a smidge. Something like this. Kind of simple. Just little ways around. And that way, coming in, it's like, oh shit, it's a dragon. Ah! Yeah, well, so Lily, I'm not sure if you were here, but I was saying, so when you first did this, I was like, oh, I want to do a dragon, but I don't want to like do your dragon. So I kind of want to tie in like the little portions. So like I'm gonna do a couple more things in the sky and such, but I was like, it's kind of like the same concept of like, oh, this is a dragon as well. It's a red dragon, which is a tribute to you. Um, versus like Lexi's is hers is all gold. So my idea for this is kind of like a gold horde dragon. So I was actually gonna possibly do a golden dragon potentially, or like a white dragon with like some gold in it. So the sleepy dragon, also because Lexi is sleepy girl. Um, and then I was thinking of doing an ice dragon, possibly up here, kind of like arching over the actual Colosseum, watching in a sense. Um, there will be a meteor that will be coming towards my castle. Um, for Fro, I'm still kind of figuring his out because his is more like puzzle like. So, but I figured if we're going kind of like dragon like themed, then I might do something there. Or if he has, like, if he wanted a wolf, for instance, I would do a wolf. I can easily do that. Um, and but we'll see. There's also the idea for a water dragon, which again, still possible. The idea for that one is genuinely like dragon coming down and then almost like wings spread as if it were catching fish. So we'll see. There's a lot that I can do with it. But I think if I start with this, it'll look real cute. You and me both. Just watching the video real quick. Oh, that would have been nice. He zoomed in. Oops. Okay. So he's doing it with quartz. I'm gonna double check to see if he changes it. So it looks like it goes quartz. And I always forget it's the pink blocks. They're in like the end specifically. So quartz, a lot of quartz, and then purple. That's it. So if that's the case, it looks like it just repeats like kind of the mixture of those ones. Um, which means I can let me go through what we have to see what I can do, and that way I can choose out the color palette. So I'm going to keep the white wool for now. I'll keep the stone for now. We're good on torches. I say as I notice the dark spot already. Again, just that way stuff doesn't start spawning down here while I'm building and get in the way. Okay. So that should be good for now. Again, I'll take out the torches after. This is just general line of sight. We'll keep these two here just because if I break a block, I want to be able to replace it. And if I need to remember, hey, this goes here, I can quickly do that. Oh, there are sulfur blocks. The sulfur would actually look pretty good instead of like purple. So like that, because that's a close enough to gold. So like if I did, the other one is quartz. So like we only have two options: quartz stairs or smooth quartz stairs. So I think if we did smooth quartz, I'm gonna put these up here just for now. So I kind of want to align mine the best I possibly can. Small chaotic quartz, specifically because it almost looks like little scales. Um, actually, I'll do prism quartz. Let's see what they look like side by side. Nah, it has to be that one. This one looks cool, but I feel like this would be better on a large scale versus like this is good up close. It gives easy detail and it complements those two. As opposed to like this one, it doesn't like they look just slightly enough together. No, trust me, I kind of want to as well. Personally, I kind of want to restart the whole world, and that way we can just start from scratch and not have to like worry about it. But I don't think Fro would go for it, unfortunately, and that's okay. Okay, and then slab. So let's go with the smooth quartz slab just because we already have smooth quartz stairs. This is the sulfur, so let's look up sulfur. And then let's go with the... Well, let's take a look at the stairs. Because there are 3 different types. I want to see which one... So like if I had this... Ooh. Nah. It has to be that one. It's the perfect like mixture of them all. Okay. So we have those stairs. We need just like a regular block. I don't necessarily want it to connect, so I'm thinking if I did something like something that goes, but not necessarily like doesn't complement. And then I'll do a glowstone just for now, just to kind of break it up. It won't be the final one. Actually, what does that look like? Nah, it looks cool. Maybe a crack glowstone? Off color. This is the only issue I have with these, is it shows like one color, but then you put it down and it's like, that's not the same color. Neon glowstone? Oh, okay. It drowns out that. That's the downside. It's fine. It's fine. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. For now, I'm just going to use the white stained glass as kind of the filler. And then I still need the sulfur slab. So I think I'm going to change this on real quick. Polished sulfur, sulfur brick stairs. What did the chiseled one? I don't think I actually like looked. Okay, I think for now, I think these two should be close enough. And then I'm just gonna check it just to be safe, you know, because I know these are the exact like they go together. It's like they match, but I kind of like that this one breaks it up a little bit and breaks it up enough, which is kind of why I was going with this one. Is that we don't exactly like there's normal sulfur, I guess, but oh, actually that might work. Yeah. They have like the same contrast with each other. So let's try that. Just for now. Again, we can always fix things later if we need to. So we're gonna go like that. And then that goes there. Stairs go there. Red light, or sorry, red torch. Redstone torch. Jeez. And then redstone lamp. Just again, we can change those out later, but that's just like what it's recommending to start off with. So I think if we do this, we'll be able to make the body and then kind of go from there and be like, yeah, this is what it should look like. This is what we really want. I'm actually going to build on top of the wool just for now, because I think the other cool thing that could happen is because, again, dragons have immense weight. So, like, in my head, it would make sense if when they lay down in stone, they leave a little crevice. So what I'm thinking is if I build on top of this, if I like how it looks and everything, then at the end I can fill all this little portion just with like stone and such to make it look like it's crevicing, like it's the crevice. Or I can also make the bottom just leave it as white, so that way it's almost like it has a different bottom portion, and I can change it to the small, like this one that looks like scale like, and that way it has just its own little uniqueness to it. Uh, but also that way I keep the general shape and I'm not like changing it and being like, let me start from the beginning because I forgot. Okay, so we start with the step. Step is done. Two, three, four, five. Okay. Okay. So it looks something like this. And then for the toes. Oh yeah. That goes well. I see it. I see the vision. Something seems off already. And this is why we double check. Sorry, Lily. Do you have that one movie that you think no one knows about but is like a guilty pleasure? 10th Kingdom. I don't even know what the 10th Kingdom is. But yes, I do. I think So mine, oddly, is, how do I put this? It's more a movie that like you only watch when you're in a specific mood. It's like Disney. Huh. Is it an older movie? Or is it like new? So mine is less about like being specific to movies. Like specifically, it's literally like I like rom coms. So, and Lexi can attest to this. I I am great with choosing rom coms. I am literally like 10 out of 10 rom com. Like, just you tell me I want to watch a rom com, I'll read the descriptions, I'll do some quick research, and they are always, sometimes start off like really shitty, and you're like, oh my god, like, is this movie gonna get better? The acting's terrible. And then after like 10 minutes, you're like, oh my god, like, aside from the acting, this movie is the best. It's hilarious too. So okay, I gotta rewatch this video just real quick. Because he has his a little differently than I have mine. So like his shows that it should go right there. So I'm thinking I may have just made it one long. Because it looks like there's one space of opening. Okay, so there's two spaces in between. Okay, there we go. Okay, looks like it's pretty simple. Let's see. So I'm just watching it first, just to. Okay. So basically, what he's doing is he's going bonk, 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 bonk. And so let's break this. Let's open this real quick. And then he said until you get to like here. Okay. So then he goes down. And goes into the curl of the tail. Like that. Okay. So he does in our case it's sulfur. So slab. I kind of like, so he keeps his very like close together. I think I like the fact that mine's not. I like the breaking up of it just a little bit because otherwise it looks a little too clean, if that makes sense. So yeah, he does block block, and then like that. I like this combination. Like again, because it's not that his is bad by any means. I just think that this for this color palette specifically, it breaks it up. And honestly, it's kind of like I said earlier. I wasn't quite sure about this white originally. I actually think it kind of fits. It works as like a good undertone. Now that may change once we finish building the rest of the body because it is more 3D. But I think for right now, this looks really good. Okay. And then I'm just missing one stair. Cool. Okay. So he's like right here specifically. And he goes to the end. And so right there. So like that. Yeah, the colors work. I was a little worried because again, they look just like slightly off enough, and this looks slightly brownish, but the color palettes really do mesh well with each other. And they look like scales. Where is he? Oh, I think he. Let me go back just a smidge. He's like right here. Okay. Oh, it looks so cute. Like already, it looks so cute. And the cool thing is, now that I have it like this, kind of like I was saying earlier, since dragons obviously have, like, they would have weight. They're large creatures. It'd be like landing a plane in sand. Like, it's gonna it's gonna make a divot. So now, once I have it here, I can make it look a little more broken up, kind of like I have it already going right here. But I can also put a couple of like stairs, stones specifically against it, so that way it looks almost like it's again, taking the shape of it, which I think it'll add a little bit of depth to it. Um, I think at the end, before I finish, if I can, what I might do is I might actually churn the head, because that'd be a pretty simple churn to go from here to there to here to the head facing like towards the opening instead of just like sleeping this way. And I think that would add just a little bit more depth to it. It'll look really cool. Okay, so looks like we're just going to go in and fill the center portions in. So let's do that real quick. Again, I'll leave the torches on under there just for now. It's not going to add anything there. You can't see through it right now. And if I need to, I'll go in and get rid of them. So now we have kind of like a body. Oh, hydrate on it, cake. Give me one quick second to finish this, and I will do that. As well as posture check. Good catch. Thank you so much. Okay. We're gonna stream just for 30 more minutes, and then we'll call it a night. Just because, like I said, I've been up since 4 in the morning, so I definitely need rest. It's also been just a long day, so it'll be okay. I'm so far into this. I just want to get this next layer done. Uh, okay, cool. Oh no, he filled only the tail in. That's okay. We just got ahead of ourselves. Two more slaps. So 1, 2, 3 is what he did. Two, three. I'm glad I checked that because I was doing the wrong toes. Oopsies. So I'm taking this step by step because, again, I technically wasn't supposed to fill that in, but it's okay. We'll figure that out when it comes time. Oh, that looks sick. Okay. Sorry, he's talking. I'm just 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. Okay, so there's this block here. Mm-hmm. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I believe he said slab, slab. It's actually in front of it. Oh no. Something might be wrong here. Simple correction, but still something might be wrong. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Let's break the body up real quick. Luckily, we can do it this way since we know exactly where the outline is. Because he's going specifically with the outline, which is good. No complaints there. I understand. I kind of jumped the gun a little bit. But it's definitely one of those things I don't want to keep guessing of like, oh, is it this one or is it this one? Because then I'm going to confuse myself. But if you haven't done so already, make sure that you guys eat food, drink water, all the good stuff, take a shower, brush your teeth if you haven't done so today. Eat a good little snack. You deserve it. Why is there a French song on? Okay, so that's the tail of the portion that was taken up. I believe he technically filled all this portion, but I'm going to focus on here first, and then if I need to, I'll just go back. Okay, I was right. It is missing one over here. Cool. I'm going to change the music because it's getting a little too soft for whatever reason. Mm. Sometimes I hate Spotify because it comes up with the most random stuff. And I'm like, I haven't listened to this stuff in some of the stuff in years. Why are you playing it now? This will. Okay, so he did 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then putting a slab here. Something's wrong. I can't tell what. Something's wrong. How to turn it off? Um, so look up the settings cog that's here, because I believe we added the fog mod. So you look up settings like in your items, right click it, and then right here where it says fog settings, make sure it's turned off. Same thing if you want any sound settings, language settings, and stuff, turn it off. Once it's off, you should be good. And if that doesn't change it, just let me know. I just remember it from the last time. One, two, three, four. Okay. 5. Okay. So slab in front of that one. I just don't think. Is this too long? Is that what it is? Is it long by 1? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this portion's too long, right? Or is he just. Did he change it and not say anything? Okay. Let's take a look. This one. So he's coming from like this side. Yeah, no, his and I have the exact same. So it goes bonk, up. There's 2, there's 1. And then it has the same. It's just, it goes back one more. I'm going to count one more time, sorry. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, he miscounted. That's why. 3, 4, 5. So he goes, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he added 1. That's why. He, so like that. And he goes all the way down. And he stops there. This is up there. And then the stair. then a steer. Okay. I mean, I can see it's supposed to be like legs, kind of like curled up. It makes sense. It's just he counted it weird. It was throwing me off. Threw me off my groove. So he went like that. Wait. Now he's moving too quick. Okay. Understood. Okay, so this is where he had already filled the tail in. So I'm just going through real quick and refilling it in. And then let's restart from here because he does count it specifically. Two more blocks. 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks. Okay, this guy needs to take counting lessons. Oh my god. He's literally going, yeah. By the way, let's go ahead and count 8 blocks here, and then we're going to count 3 blocks, even though this is 4, and then we're going to count another 3 blocks, which is 2, and then we're going to count 1 block, which is 2, and then we're going to count 2 blocks, which is 1. Like, brother. Okay. So it goes to here. This is where it meets. That's what I'm seeing here on the screen. It goes down. Three, 4, so there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Ready to play the song? 3, and then 2. And then 1. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Single. Slabs. Two and a single. Okay. Okay. Now we're going around. That I can do. Okay. Okay. So this is like where he is. And then he's saying lay down single blocks. Guessing it's like these little corners. Okay. What? What? Okay, yeah. No, he definitely changed the design here. Like specifically right there. Because like I'm following him along exactly how he has it. And so he's right here. But his goes in like right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay. And then he fills in just to here. So I'm going to fill in just to there as well. So it's like where it goes to, so 2, 2, and then before the, like this little split. So here's the T, 2, 2. So he goes up to here, like specifically for the filling. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fill this whole thing because I really don't want things spawning inside of it. And that way we have a full dragon. This is actually looking really good. I'll give it. It's tedious, you know? But the head looks cool. I think if he doesn't do it, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add like little um, horns to it, kind of like that. But again, I don't want to get too ahead of myself because if he does it, then perfect. If he doesn't, it's an easy add-on. He was talking earlier about having the nose like this, so like normal way. But technically, the original build has it out like this. Personally, I kind of prefer it this way. I think it gives just that little point. But I think so far it's looking really good. I think the colors really do work for it, and this like pattern really truly does look like scales. So I think it's gonna look pretty cool. Um, this bottom portion is still wool for it now. Again, depending on how it looks at the very end, I either might change it just so that way it basically is the same color, just bring it down by one layer, or I might just make it into like stone underneath, so that way it's like it's sitting on it. But we'll get there when we get there. Um, I think for now I'm gonna call it there, just because this whole tutorial is about 35 minutes long. If you're just speeding through it, of course, and watching it. In my case, I'm building it, so I had to kind of stop, take my time, make sure it's being done right. But I still have about 10 minutes left. I know I'm going to need this portion just based off this, because I don't want it to just be cramped. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm still going to continue. I'm not going to continue building, but I'm going to just kind of do the little hollow out. And that way, it'll make next time continuing it, like tomorrow specifically, a little bit easier. Just for the length of the body. That's really and truly the only thing I needed for. But so far, I think it's coming out pretty good. I like the colors. I think the vision is coming together for it. And then after this, I'll just need to do the gold little like room for it, the hoard, if you would. Let's go up and down, if you would. Oopsies. Let's get some stone to fill this. The joys of building under gravel. Just gotta be careful so that way I'm not destroying any of my stuff. Okay. That should be good. Now I can go back and destroy. Jesus, so much gravel. I should have just done a command to kill or to eliminate all gravel in like this area. Or like replace with stone. Okay. So I think going up another layer like here will be beneficial. And then after we finish kind of like this little terraforming, I'll pause everything. That way I don't go too far and get into like terraforming, like fully. And we'll go raid someone before we end stream as always. So if you enjoyed today's stream, definitely let me know. I had genuinely, it was a relaxing stream for me. Good first stream back, if you would. A little less chaotic than normal. Especially after the day and weeks or days I've had just with recovery and stuff. But like I said, I'm doing better, so no need to worry. Everyone, make sure you wear sunscreen when you go out. It definitely need it, even if you don't think that you need it. You promise you do. But yeah, make sure you drink water, eat food, take a shower, take a bath, even have a good Wednesday tomorrow, which doesn't feel like it's Wednesday. To me, it feels like it really should be like at most a Tuesday. But hey, I'm not gonna complain. Friday, I will not be having a stream just because I have to travel for work, unfortunately, due to stinky tenants, and so I gotta go do stuff at like midnight at a property. So unfortunately, there will not be like a long stream by any means at all. Since the property is 2 hours away, I gotta get there to do my job. And hope I don't get arrested. Hee. No, I shouldn't be. Well, no, it's technically an option, but it's more like it's an option if the tenant is being just a doo-doo head. That's why I have my work attorney like on hand during that time. Which actually, oh shit. I gotta remember his personal phone number. Because unfortunately, people get crazy when they don't want to listen to the rules and think that they're above them. So it is what it is. But yeah, when I spoke with my attorney, just for again, because for work we have our attorney for legal guidance and stuff, they literally were like, "Yeah, just remember, again, with all this, be careful. If they become confrontational, walk off. Don't like argue. Don't do anything like that. But definitely be careful. Your safety comes first and foremost before anyone else's." So I was like, all right. And they were like, and remember, it is Texas. So all the same rights they have, so do you. So I was like, cool. Thanks. But I don't think it's going to come to anything like that. But unfortunately, again, people are stinky doo-doo heads that don't like to follow the rules and then act like the rules don't exist. So my job is sometimes to go do the things that could have been completely avoided months ago. But it's whatever. Not getting into it. That's my version of venting for this. But hopefully that'll mean that by Friday, most of the situation should be resolved, taken care of, and whatnot. But I guess we'll see, you know? I'm still big and tough, even with my sunburns, I promise. Unless they bring out the sun himself, then I guess that does change the game. Like, if they can just summon the sun, I'm a little screwed. But I think I'm a little screwed if they do that, even if I didn't have a sunburn, to be quite honest. Okay. I think this is actually pretty good for, like, right now, because it gives me the general shape without cutting too much into it. It looks really cool. And then again, we have our little dragon. For right now, I'm going to leave the head as is because the head would be the easiest thing to change, like going forward. Because all I would have to do if I did want to turn the head that way would be literally just turn the neck, make head face this way. But I also don't mind like having it like this because I'm thinking of like an adventure perspective. If you were coming down from there or like from here and you're like, oh, what's that? Oh, that's like a giant dragon. And you're walking this way. It like I'm thinking I might put like little signs like "Don't disturb the dragon," or like "Dragon nap hour," "Run away," or "You'll get eaten." Just something, little warning signs that add to it. But I think doing that would be kind of cool because then when you're walking, you're like, "Oh, that's the dragon. That's the thing we watch out for." Gotcha. Um, just a little detail. And then again, back here, we'll have our little dragon horde stash, which technically, again, I could do just general gold stuff here, but I could do like more armor and stuff that it would typically be a little bit higher value wrapped around the tail itself. And that way it's kind of like it's holding it in a sense. I could also make a like when I say giant sword, I mean like sword piercing out from straight above here. And that way it's like, oh, the chest and arm set. Oh, that'd be a good one. That'd be a pretty good one. But I think overall, the dragon, so far, it's coming along. It's going to look real cute. Once I finish this dragon, again, I'm going to show you guys just super quickly. So, 1224. So, basically, by the end of all of this, this is what the dragon looks like. So, very cool, very sleepy. It reminds me of Lexi because Lexi's sleepy, and so she's a sleepy girl. And like I said, I'm trying to connect all of the dragons to be in a specific way to like people and the creators and such and the builders. So we already have the statue for Lily, sleepy girl Lexi. So sleepy girl dragon Lexi, but it matches her gold theme. So, but I also have. Sorry, let me pull this up separately because I have a couple stuff that we'll get to, but it's one of those things that if I don't get to it, I'm gonna do it on my own at a separate time, and I'd like you guys to see it. No, not your videos. This is playlist. So, the one that I'm planning on doing is, and again, this one would either be for Austin or for Fro. Is specifically a little bit more one that's like actually an action itself. So like, if you don't know Gemini Tay, go follow her. She's a great Minecraft YouTuber. Lexi loves her too. She's the one that introduced me. But I've come across quite a few of her like building tutorials and such, and genuinely, she doesn't walk you step by step in the sense of like, yeah, do this, but she's more like, hey, if you want this outcome, practice doing this, do this, so that way you can get into the habit of making it your own. Which again, I can appreciate. But like, again, she breaks it down so phenomenally that I don't even want to try explaining. That you can see all her different dragon signs and stuff. So I was thinking, since Austin specifically is like ice themed, I was gonna do like an ice-like or water-like dragon to go with it. Just something that matches it. So something similar to this, where it is blue and white and such. Something flying would be really cool. Other portion to it is, again, it's like I said earlier, for the castle, I am going to be doing the equivalent of almost like a live show because I want it to be like the dragons are coming back and they are taking over. It's kind of like the old ancient gods that you worship are actually very very terrifying creatures. So you may want to be careful with them. Um, that's my concept behind it. And so I have a whole meteor tutorial here, which I was gonna. It's very simple, but my idea was I was gonna do various size meters coming down towards the castle. Maybe even have a couple like look like they're impacting the ground and such nearby, or even into like the ocean if I have time for it. Um, I should have time. Again, the meteor portion is actually very easy because a lot of it is just like repeated glass textures and stuff. Um, so like I think if I did it into the ocean, I would just change it from like the red for when it actually impacts, make like a crater in a way, and then use various blues to show that the water's splashing in that sense. Um, again, it's a lot. I think I can do it. I have enough time for it, and gives me just something simple to build, or not simple, but like it gives me something to build and focus on for this. Um, but yeah, so I'm thinking, do the meteors coming out of the sky, and maybe have one touch, like the water. If I am gonna do the water dragon or like the ice dragon, I might actually do that one, the one that's swooping down, and have it be nearby the meteor, so it's almost like it was coming from it or like towards it or whatever the case is. But it was doing that thing. Meanwhile, we have a sleepy dragon, we have a statue dragon, which has not. We haven't seen a red dragon, obviously, beyond the statue, and the glass panels, which Lily did an amazing job at. And then for Froze, again, I'm still working on it overall, but I think what I think I might do for his is I might make my own what's it called? Warden dragon type of thing. Or even if it's like a prismatic one made out of just glass. Where it again, because his whole thing is like tricks and like mazes and little tests here and there and such. So to me, if I'm thinking that way, I'm thinking, okay, well, glass can sometimes be shifted like a mirror, and it can reflect things that um, typically wouldn't be there, or like forces you to see different perspectives like you may not have been able to see unless you looked in it from the specific way. And sometimes that's the trick in itself. That's how people like disappear in front of you. It for magicians and such is just reflective glass and different angles and such, refraction angles. So that's kind of my thought process on it. I'm working on the dragon design portion of that. I worked on it earlier and it actually was coming out pretty good, just briefly. But I just need to flesh it out a little bit more in order to be confident with it. So again, a lot of dragons, a lot of stuff, a lot of cool stuff. The next couple weeks may be a lot more Minecraft streams, just to kind of focus on building and such. It won't be every single stream, of course, but it will be quite a bit more. Same thing if it's a weekend, you might catch me just randomly streaming, and it's literally just going to be this, unless I decide, hey, I'm going to play Rivals, or I'm going to do a collab stream, or play like this other game or whatever. There's been quite a few games. It's actually the 25th anniversary or 35th anniversary for Sonic right now. So there's a lot of discounted games, which I've been wanting for a while that I may end up getting. So you might just catch me gaming and having some fun as well. But now that I'm back, that's kind of it. I'm back. I did. If you aren't part of the Discord server, and again, I promise I'm wrapping up. But if you aren't part of the Discord server yet, feel free to join. Link is there. When we do this Hunger Games event and such, if we have space, well, more than welcome to at least apply, and we'll go through everything and see who will be joining, who won't be, and so on. I think it's going to be a lot of fun overall. But more than just that, I do want to encourage you guys to try something new, make some new friends, join the community. So, with all that in mind and being said, thank you guys for coming. I hope you guys had fun listening to me blabber and watch me build stuff. Again, cool dragon, all that good stuff. Gonna do a little bit more redesigning. Finish up maybe Lexi's castle, like the little top portion. You're not done. You still have that. Oh, okay. Lexi said she's got it. Like I said, I'm going to destroy this house. This house pisses me off now. Especially after doing this one, by myself, like coming up with my own design and everything, looking how beautiful it is, colors, and then there's this pathetic piece of shit, and I say that lovingly, but it is ugly as all hell. So I'm gonna destroy this house and make something else and do something else with it. But we'll get there. Maybe this will be the house that the meteor crashes into. It could be one of them. And then I still need to do a little night sky just above the castle. That one is not hard by any means. It really is just glass layers, um, starting from the highest point down. So it'll look cool, but that will come after the meteor shower specifically, just because the meteor will take more time by far. Um, and then the bridge again. I need to just look up some like bridge photos like that are decaying or falling apart ones, and that way I know how to make them look. How do they function? How do they really look like IRL overall? I've seen a couple. I've jumped off a couple back in Rhode Island and such, so I know the basics of it. But it makes a difference when you're trying to translate it to a type of art, and I'm not that artistic. Some people say I'm autistic, but not artistic. There is a difference, though. Where did you come from, brother? But I promise. Oh, yes, yes. Uh huh. Uh huh. Really? The pups say that I. Oh, Freckles, it's okay, girl. The pups say hello to everyone and that they hope that you're all having a good night. And they will see you guys tomorrow. So let's go ahead and pause the music and let me start just getting to just chatting super quick. I'm gonna exit out of here and we will go raid someone. So as always, whenever we go and raid someone, and I know it's been a couple of weeks now since we've raided someone, which is crazy. Always make sure that we, whether we use the raid emote or whether we just wish someone like good day, that's always the goal. Be a little positive and spread it. So, thank you guys for coming. Appreciate all of you, and let's go raid. Give me 1 second just to find someone, and we'll get it started. Trying to find someone with a decent enough stream that it's not like just gonna like this person. Unfortunately, her stream seems to be severely laggy, so I don't necessarily want to like rate her and then it drop out, unfortunately. But let's see. I hate that Twitch raid system has been acting up so much. Maybe this one. Let's see. they seem. I found kind of like a group of friends, and I think they're actually like streaming together. So we're gonna go rate them. Why not? New people, you know? And they've only been streaming for about like 38 minutes. So, with that being said, again, if it's late for you, no need to worry about staying. Thank you for coming. I will see you guys again tomorrow. But if you guys have just 2 minutes, we'll go rate them. And as always, just drop good wishes and all that stuff. And I will see you guys next time. Let's start the rate. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Alright, guys. See you guys tomorrow.